FactsVerse presents. Tom Hanks is denying the rumors about second wife. Tom Hanks is one of the most versatile and legendary actors of his time. He can play comedic roles and dramatic roles successfully. Throughout his career, Tom has won many awards, including Golden Globes and Academy Awards. He's also received a Kennedy Center Honor, a Presidential Medal of Freedom, and the French Legion of Honor. If you're a fan of Tom Hanks, you might think you know all there is to know about him, but there's a good chance you don't. Here are a few things about Tom you might not know. Before we get into our video, though, jump down to the comments and let us know what your favorite Tom Hanks movie is. It's a tough one for me. I'm going to have to go with Big, or maybe Toy Story. It's a toss-up. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Before Tom married his current wife, Rita Wilson, he was married to his college sweetheart. Her name was Samantha Luz, and they were married in 1978. She is the mother of his two children, Colin and Elizabeth. Samantha was also an actress, and the two divorced in 1987, but they still remained close. When Samantha was diagnosed with bone cancer, Tom paid all of her medical bills. Sadly, though, she passed away at her home in 2002. Tom and Rita's marriage is said to be one of the most solid marriages in Hollywood, but that wasn't always the case. It actually got off to a kind of a rocky, even controversial start. Tom met Rita on the set of Bosom Buddies in 1981. At the time, he was still married to Samantha. Tom Hanks actually denies the rumors about his second wife. He insists they were not involved until he and Samantha divorced in 1987. A year after Tom's divorce was final, he and Rita married, which did not help dispel the rumors. Tom's father was a Mormon, his mom a Catholic. By the time he was a teenager, Tom had chosen his own path and became a Bible-toting evangelical. His current wife, Rita, is Greek Orthodox. When he met Rita and fell in love, he converted to Greek Orthodoxy before getting married. Tom has Chevy Chase to thank for his career. During the 80s, Tom's two breakout roles were Turner and Hooch and Splash. Both roles were offered to Chevy Chase first, but he turned them down. And that created a lapse in Chevy's career, but it catapulted Tom Hanks to stardom. Those two roles led to Tom landing some of the most incredible movie roles in history later on. Chevy Chase was also the first choice for the lead in Forrest Gump. Again, he turned it down, and the producers turned to Tom Hanks, and he accepted. Tom was sure the movie was going to be a blockbuster, so he made a very unusual request. Rather than being paid for his role, he wanted a percentage of the film's gross profits. It was a gamble, but it really paid off. The movie brought in $680 million. It was one of the highest-grossing films of the 90s. Tom ended up bringing $40 million of that home. Now, if that's not enough to make Chevy Chase regret turning down the role, this role also earned Tom Hanks an Oscar. It was the highlight of his career. The movie Forrest Gump highlights a lot of historical events of the 20th century, including Governor George Wallace's civil rights era, President Nixon's Watergate scandal, and the Vietnam War. When Tom first read the script for the film, he was hooked less than halfway through reading it. Before he agreed to sign on for the role, Tom insisted everything in the script be historically correct. In the movie, Tom has a deep Mississippi accent. Tom was born in Concord, California, so he did not have a natural Mississippi accent. He credits his accent to the boy who played young Forrest Gump, Michael Connor Humphreys. Tom says that he had cassette tapes of the boy and heard him talking over and over, and he listened to them constantly to be able to pick up the boy's accent. Tom is excellent at improvising, and he's done that a lot in many of his roles. One of the most iconic lines in film history actually came from Tom, not the writers. In Forrest Gump, Tom's talking to Bubba for the first time on the bus and he says, "My name is Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump." Well, that wasn't in the original script. Tom made it up in the middle of the scene. Director Robert Zemeckis liked the line so much, though, he kept it in the film. Tom plays Woody in the Toy Story movies, and Tim Allen plays Buzz Lightyear. In the first Toy Story, Woody's jealous of Buzz because he's a more fun and well-liked toy. The on-screen drama, though, carried over off-screen. Tim Allen actually admits that he struggled to work with Tom Hanks. It wasn't because Tom was a diva or anything, it was just because Woody had all the best lines in the movie. Chevy Chase is not the only actor in Hollywood regretting not taking a role that went to Tom Hanks. Mel Gibson and Harrison Ford were both the first choices for the role of Captain John Miller in Saving Private Ryan. It was considered to be one of Tom's most significant roles, and Harrison and Mel both missed out. When Tom Hanks starred in Saving Private Ryan, he won an Oscar, a Golden Globe, a BAFTA, and a SAG nomination for Best Actor. He's also been honored for being the writer, producer, and director of the Emmy Award-winning series Band of Brothers in 2001. Tom also has a non-Hollywood honor to be proud of. In 2006, he was inducted into the U.S. Rangers Hall of Fame as an honorary member. He is the first actor ever to receive that honor. When Harrison Ford and Mel Gibson turned down the role in Saving Private Ryan, they also missed out on a lucrative and great relationship. While filming Saving Private Ryan, Tom and Steven Spielberg, they developed a great friendship, and the friendship led them to working together again on The Terminal, and then Catch Me If You Can, and then Bridge of Spies, and then Everything is Copy, and both of the miniseries Band of Brothers and Pacific. When Tom was doing press interviews for the miniseries Pacific in 2010, he landed in a bit of hot water. During the interview, he compared the Japanese conflict during World War II with the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. During the interview, he said people view the Japanese as yellow, slant-eyed dogs that believe in different gods. Well, people did not like that description, and it caused a controversial firestorm for Tom. When Tom and Sarah Jessica Parker sat beside each other at a Rangers-Kings game, Sarah was photographed giving Tom a death stare. Well, that got the rumor mill going, and people thought that maybe Sarah hated Tom. Well, it just turned out to be a pretend fight because Tom and his wife Rita, they support the Kings, while Sarah Jessica Parker supports the Rangers. Sarah explained this to a reporter for the LA Times and insisted she actually adores Tom and Rita. Tom Hanks also starred in the blockbuster Apollo 13, which is actually based on the true story of the Apollo mission. In the film, Tom says the line, "Houston, we have a problem." But the line that the real-life astronaut Jack Swigert said was, "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here." Tom changed the line a bit, and it became one of the most famous lines in movie history, and most people actually believe that was the line that Jack Swigert said. Tom Hanks is Hollywood royalty nowadays. He also has a very famous relative, former President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, Tom is Lincoln's third cousin 4 generations removed. To make it a bit easier to understand, that means Tom's great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was Lincoln's great-great-grandfather. Most actors and actresses spend their entire careers watching their weight. Well, Tom kind of had to do the opposite when he starred in the movie A League of Their Own. For the role, he had to gain 30 pounds. In the film, he played a washed-up baseball player who becomes a manager. Tom says to gain weight for the role, he ate cartons and cartons of ice cream that were high in fat and calories. Now, there's a saying, what goes up must come down, and that was the case with Tom. After gaining that 30 pounds for A League of Their Own, he had to drop that weight almost immediately, plus an extra 26 pounds on top of that when he landed the role of a man dying of AIDS in the 1993 drama Philadelphia. He had to be underweight for that role. It was all worth it, though, because he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in that film. So he had to lose a lot of weight to star in Philadelphia, but not long ago he had to lose even more weight when he starred in the movie Castaway. He had to lose 50 pounds, so Robert Zemeckis halted filming so that he could lose 50 pounds as real time passed in the movie. During filming, Tom almost died, but that was not because of the rapid weight loss. Before leaving Fiji, where the movie was filmed, Tom cut his leg and it became severely infected. He developed a staph infection. That resulted in blood poisoning and the doctor had to remove a big chunk from Tom's leg. He was in the hospital for 3 days before going home. Fortunately, he was able to keep the leg. Did any of these facts surprise you? Tell us which ones in the comments, and subscribe for more. Now, we all know the famous line from the movie Castaway. Say it all with me. Wilson!